I've sometimes been afraid to create or share my work because I feel like I don't have anything important to say. Or because looking back I can feel so disconnected from some of the things I've made in the past, like old poetry or paintings that don't resonate with me now. And I've seen a few videos of artists explaining why they believe that posting and selling your art before you're ready can actually devalue your future work. Thinking about these things can feel pretty creatively paralyzing to me, so I've been trying to come up with some things that I can remind myself when my fear to create becomes louder than my creativity itself. I started painting when I was around 10 years old. First, it was with my Nana, who would record episodes of Bob Ross and watch them with me on the weekends or afternoons after school. She bought me my first easel and had a special corner set up in the garden room for me to work on my art. I wish I had some pictures of my first paintings from that time because I'm sure they would make me smile today. As I got a bit older, though, I started becoming a lot more critical of my own work, which is of course a good thing, but also I started holding that criticism over myself in ways that were absolutely not productive. For example, this painting exists out there in the world, maybe still in someone's house, because I sold it to them when I was 16. I can't remember exactly how much I sold it for, but I think it was at least $30. When I recently rediscovered this photo and checked the date it was taken, I was unpleasantly surprised to see that this is the kind of work I was putting out into the world at 16 years old. I thought about it a little more though, and I remembered that at the time, this is the painting that I was most proud of. And I think it might have even been my first real sale of a painting to someone outside my family. And at the time, it was worth $30, not only to me, but also to the person who purchased it. And selling that piece was one of the many stepping stones that helped me get to where I am now. Now I'm painting pieces like this, and I'm pretty proud of this right now. Okay, Lily, well, why couldn't you have just painted your silly little Tim Burton bridges in private like that until you got good? Okay, yeah, first of all, because I think it's really difficult to define good art. And even if I am able to define it for myself, that definition is going to change with me as I grow as an artist and as a person. What I mean is that I hope to look back on this painting in 10 years and say, wow, I can't believe I valued and sold that piece for $100. In 10 years, I hope to have grown and improved so much that I have the same feelings looking back on this painting as I do now looking back on this one. And if I don't have those feelings, it's indicative to me that maybe I've stagnated in some way. I'm not saying that I think every single thing that you make needs to be shared or monetized as part of your art journey. I'm just saying that it can be, if you want, if that's helpful or inspiring or motivating to you in any way. I'm saying that you shouldn't be ashamed of something that you once put out into the world just because you no longer feel connected to it. And you absolutely shouldn't let that fear prevent you from creating more today. I'm sure you can tell this is me talking to myself as much as it is me giving art advice. I also think it's totally okay to take down posts from social media or items for sale that you don't feel proud of anymore. You might outgrow your work before it sells, but if someone else finds value in it before then, I don't believe that someone having an earlier piece of your work is going to devalue any of your future work. That's an argument I've heard a few times now for why you shouldn't post or sell your art until it's good, which again, I don't think can possibly exist as a fixed depiction of your skill as an artist or creator. You should always be changing. And for me, sharing my growth with the people in my life or with other artists who I've never even met is a big part of what motivates me to keep creating. Making social media posts and getting feedback or being able to measure my old work against what I'm doing now have been incredible resources to me in my journey so far. So in case you were wondering, I absolutely think that you're ready to sell the art that you're proud of, or post it, or show it to your friends, or whatever you're comfortable with. There's no skill measuring guide to tell you what is and isn't good enough to sell or to share with the world. And being proud of something doesn't mean it has to be perfect or good. And if you wait till it is perfect to start sharing it, we probably will never get to see it. Other artists or non-artist humans can be excellent resources, especially if you do care a little bit about what they think. Just a little bit, though. Of course, your opinion is the most important one. So I'd say share the small accomplishments that you're proud of now and expect the things that you're proud of to change with you. And if they do, I think that means you're on the right track. I literally painted this yesterday morning and thought it was done. Today, watching it back, I'm thinking about all the things I could add or change. So I don't know. I might be going back to it in a bit. In the meantime, I'd love to see what you're working on or hear about your next project idea. If you have one, you can find me here on most social media platforms, and feel free to send me a message and a pic of something you're working on or something you finished that you feel proud of. I'd love to see it.